Hi everybody,
Hi everyone.
I hope you are all going well. It's really cool to be here with you tonight. I think it was a long time since the last we did an AMA.
Yeah,
Uh,
we did a couple like on other kind of in other communities and things like that. But yeah, to really do like a Shockwaves, MA here, I think it's been a while.
As you can see, we are testing a new format. We did it on Twitter and after on Discord. And as we have a lot of things to show today, we thought that it would be easier on YouTube. And on Discord, it was really cool because it was really democratic. Everybody can talk, and we had really good interventions. But there was some problem around the recording. So and even with the Twitter Space, and we thought that at the end it will be really better on YouTube. Personally, as I remember, when I listen myself to the most of IMA or recording in general, it's always on YouTube because it's really more convenient. It's really well made today. You can play a video on your phone and do something else and it continue playing. I feel like YouTube is really somehow YouTube start to be something to show music, and after somehow it became a video website. But at the end, I feel like I'm still more listening to YouTube than watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Yeah, for me it's the same. So yeah, it's a good platform. I think we'll probably. I mean, we'll see if how it goes. And anyway, we're always like kind of adapting to what works best. And but I think it's a good format at least for the. It's a good format for the live streams and
Yeah.
also for this.
Anyway, don't hesitate to tell us what you think about it, if you prefer when it was on Discord or in Twitter, and we are still experimenting at this point. So we have a lot of things to speak with you today because we have at least four major announcements to do, and we are really excited to speak about it with all of you. And we after that we will of course answer all the questions that has been asked during this last week. But just maybe before starting with the announcement, we can speak a little bit about the global stage of the project. So everything is as far is going really well. We have really good input from the market because the AI agents, for example, are really performing well. We have go up we have we are on top of we have how to say that? We are
Mm.
the price. We are.
Oh yeah, yeah, like these things are good, doing well for like the for the agents
We
prices and stuff, things like that.
we have reached the symbolic level of 50 Matic, which is they continue to go up, which is amazing. The first weapon NFT drop are performing really
That's
well
nice.
too.
And we would like people have been happy about this, and I think they look really cool. We're integrating them for in the game, and actually this will be really. I mean, it will be a really cool addition also for that. And yeah, things are really starting to fit well together. On the alpha side, also some things they got improved, and there's like always a lot of development. So things have been going well for that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think it's really cool and it's really encouraging. It was really nice to develop the weapon directly with you in contact with the community and see how you wanted them to be dropped, how many of them, and making the design with you. And it's really the way we want to make the thing works, to create the more as possible with you, and of course for you. And it's why we have so many things to show with you this evening because everything has been designed specifically to be appealing to the existing community of Shockwaves. So we are really happy of the direction of the development, really happy with the price of the AI agent and all this. and all this stuff, and it's really encouraging for the future.
Hmm.
So maybe we can start with the first announcement that will concern the owner of the AI agents. So we are going to propose you something that have never been seen before. There are gonna be a huge contest starting on OpenSea. It will be a race. You're gonna have the WebGL experience. We will be able to play it directly into OpenSea, and the first person to reach the purple square will win an epic AI agent. So you're gonna have, let's dive a little bit into
Hmm.
it. So actually, you have when you go on the web on the OpenSea page of your AI agent, you have so you it load, and when you have the interactive experience coming, you can play it, and you have a little social space that look a little bit like a metaverse. But what is better than a metaverse? A game. And what is better than a game? A game where you can win something really cool. And it's what we did. So it's going to be the first time that we have that a NFT will directly embody such kind of experience. So what you're gonna have to do, we're gonna make a tweet, we're gonna give the rules, and we're gonna say at this time the contest starts. And everybody will be able to join the race through OpenSea. And we made it so it's possible to play through mobile. And the first who gonna reach the purple square is going to win an AI agent, an epic AI agent. The way we're gonna do it, something that is really important, but we're gonna write it. We identify who win through by looking who is the owner of the AI agent who win. What does it mean? It means that if anybody play with your AI agent and he win, it's you who gonna get the price. Uh, we did it in such a way because it allows to make play to earn directly into OpenSea because you don't gonna have to do any transaction. You don't gonna do have to do any connection to MetaMask because into OpenSea we already know who own each AI agent, and if we know which AI agent has win the race, we know who is so
Who's the owner? Yeah.
yeah, so if you have the AI agent who won the race, don't just the only things you have to do is don't sell it directly at this point. Just wait to receive your price. We made the labyrinth, so it's really difficult and long to resolve. So I think it will be a dash, and it will be really fun to have everybody who gonna compete to win this character. You can ask help with your friend because many person can connect to the same AI agent. The thing that is important is that it's the owner of the AI agent who won, who gonna receive the prize. We're gonna give you more information about this contest, but we think it's really exciting. And if the experience, we're gonna after that we're gonna make a debrief and discuss with you to see if the experience, how successful is the experience. But we really think that there is a huge possibility that it will become the next way to make play to earn. It will it will be the first earning experience directly in OpenSea, and it will
Yeah,
be
I think it's really a model we're interested in because it kind of also brings things to people who own the NFT, and it lets everybody play, but there's a kind of also a way that people want to attract other people to try, and I think we like it will be really cool. It will be a really fun experiment, and we'll see. Like, yeah, honestly, I like I tried to do. I didn't know the path for the like for the maze, and I tried. Honestly, I tried for half an hour. I wasn't able to get it. So you'll see. It's really challenging, and so it will be fun. I think it will be interesting, and we'll like always be like happy to see your feedback on it. And so yeah, that should be a really cool stuff
yeah.
to do.
It's really cool to make the experiment with you, and we're gonna see how it scale. So this one, this was the good news for the AI agent Honor, but we have another good news for all the Bezoji and Petzoji Honor. I think there is some people who are here to learn about it. So of course, guys, we didn't forget you, and we wanted to give you something that you will be able to use into Shockwaves, but that will really reward you for having one of the V2 or Petzoji that we loved so much to do. So we have developed a special weapon inspired by what we liked about Legend of Bezogia, which means the
Wait on that.
yeah the dumbest memes that we have bring into the project. So we designed a well-on Musk gun, and if you have a Bezoji or a Petzoji into your wallet, you will be you just have to open a ticket into the Discord and drop your wallet address.
So yeah, you need to give us like open the best way is to open a ticket on Discord, send us like your wallet address and the Bezoji you like or the Petzoji, and so we'll do something that is kind of related to it in terms of like colors and rarity and things like that. And so yeah, I think that will be fun. We want it, like that's the community we love and stuff, and I think it will be a cool thing to a cool link between those two and makes kind of build some continuity, and it still doesn't really break with the game because it's a gun. It really has like a cool utility. It will be fun to play with, and as every weapon in Shockwaves, it will have its kind of unique features and gameplay. And so yeah, I think that will be
So
a really good.
So you don't have to open the ticket. You just have to open the ticket into the Discord, drop your wallet address. If there is one of your NFT you really prefer,
Yeah.
you can share it in the ticket so we can personalize the weapon with the metadata of your NFT. And there are gonna be only 51 of them. So
Yeah,
don't
it's first come first served. So really, you know,
yeah. And
it's not
yeah, no, so just 51 of them,
is the max for this. Yeah.
but probably we will keep some of them ourselves for future drop, but not a lot. And we're gonna just give one by wallet and by Discord account. We're gonna make, of course, a tweet that will resume all this information, and we're gonna close the drop. Friday evening, probably. So don't hesitate to use it, but it will be a cool Easter egg for Legend of Bezogia owner, and for the Shockwaves investors, it will be really cool to have them to see the previous project, because we are really proud of what we did previously. So we are always like to make a little Easter egg about that, and we think it will valorize all the projects. And personally, I'm always a big fan of the Elon Musk. I don't know if I tell you the story behind this meme,
I think you told me
but
that. Yeah.
when we started working on Legend of Bezogia, I was like a classic MMORPG enjoyer, and for me, MMORPG was something really serious. And at the beginning, when I was making propositions for the game, it was really always serious stuff, like skeleton to fight, sorcerer, classic RPG stuff. And it always was refused because somehow it was too boring and classic. And at some point, I was like, okay, what do I want? I just want the head on Elon Musk on a whale. And everybody was like, ah, why not? That could be cool. And I was like, eh, if you want. So for me, it's a special model because it represents a little bit the moment start to understand what Legend of Bezogia really mean. So just send a ticket on the Discord, and you will receive your weapon. So the third announcement we really wanted to make with you is that we're gonna take start again the NFT torrent sales. Actually, we postponed it because even if everything was ready for them, we thought that the game would have been to be at least in alpha, so we can start to
Mm.
think about selling them, because we don't want to be like some other project, and we want to deliver and before asking you
Yeah,
to invest.
we felt like it was better to show the utility and also kind of test the game mechanics to see if they like what would be like really the utility of them, and so you can already see it kind of at play, and so it would be more sense. And also like one also maybe relatively minor change, but like that was kind of that is kind of changed a bit, like some schedules, was like a change in policy from OpenSea. So right now they like the trading for like a BNB based NFTs is not possible on OpenSea anymore. So there are other platforms, so it's not like that big a deal. But that's kind of pushed us to decide, okay, the main platforms will be like still OpenSea for many things, and so that's why we want to do our turrets on there. And I changed a little bit the things for like the sale in euros and stuff. So we'll figure out like I mean we've already figured out some ways to still like really give utility to the euros through this sale by giving like like a better price for the people who stake their euros. And yes, but they will be sold probably in Matic or USDT on Polygon, because Polygon is like a huge, it's like really one of the major chains, and I think it's so far for the especially for the NFT side, we've decided that it's probably better to build on that. So it won't pose any trouble, because anyway our plan was to be kind of multi-chain in some ways to have like so having the Neuros on BNB and the NFTs on Polygon was is not a problem at all. But so yeah, so we're like just changing a few things, and so in the end we that's why we that's also one of the reasons why we postponed the tour.
And as you can see, when you are looking at the bottom of the screen, you can see a really short video of the experience that will be embodied into the turret NFT. Because as there is a little game included with each AI agent NFTs, you can expect to have a little game in each NFT Sentry turrets. And of course, there will be some contest to win some really cool prize. But we're gonna elaborate this probably in a special AMA to speak about that.
Yeah.
So maybe just before going to answering the questions,
Mhm.
we have another really big announcement to do. We are now ready to close the first step of the alpha. Actually, the alpha is just open for the people who own a VIP alpha pass, and we did a really good job discovering the Elixir platforms, resolving connection problem, mostly for people who have low performances. And now we feel confident into opening the alpha to all the alpha pass owner. Maybe you.
So this will be really cool. So it will be on next Thursday. So it will be like we'll open the alpha for people. Yeah. So if you have an alpha pass, it won't need to be like a VIP alpha pass at that point, and so you'll be able to play the game. It will be at two. We'll start it at 2 p.m. UTC, and it should be. I mean, it should be a lot of fun, and so we're really looking forward to have like more feedback, to see more people. And of course, it's still an alpha, so it's still like there will be some bugs and stuff. That's kind of part of the process, but also a few things that we've added, and the X-ray guns will be in the game at that time, so it will be a good occasion for people to test them and play with them. And so I think it will be a really fun experience. And yeah, I mean, on the game side, there have been like a lot of things that have been improved, like like a lot of things for like the selection of the weapons. Like there's been improvement on the map. I mean, there's like lots of things that have been that are being done, and so it will be cool to let a lot of people test it, and then we'll open kind of slowly. So we probably will do. I mean, that will be the first test sessions. We'll see if we do regular test sessions, but we kind of don't want to do too much of them because we don't want people to kind of get bored before the game is fully ready, fully like has the full features. So otherwise, it wouldn't really can maybe make the launch a bit less
Yeah,
impactful.
we are really working to make the launch an event. We think that from our experience as game developers who successfully already make 7 launch on platforms like a little bit bigger than Elixir because NFT is a little bit more niche at this point, but we are sure it will continue to grow. But we know that you have to maximize the power of the launch.
Yeah,
And it's really difficult because in general you always want to make test sessions that are the bigger and the bigger. But in reality, if you want to make your launch an event, you need to stay quite exclusive
yeah.
before the development.
That's kind of for us at least. We think it's the way to go because I mean we still need feedback, and we still want to do tests and stuff with the people, and let you guys kind of experience the game because a lot of I mean you have like invested in it, and so it's really important for you to be able to kind of experience it for yourself. And but I think it's better to do like the main goal is the launch, is that's kind of what we have in mind as much as possible. And that's kind of what I mean. David, who's in the chat, is doing like a wonderful job to get like the really good key partners for it. And so we're kind of trying to figure out a way to do it as well as possible. And so yeah, that's kind of that's our strategy from the start. And so we'll see, but it will be already cool to test the game with
Yeah,
more people.
I mean, we can somehow applaud ourselves for sticking so well to our strategy at this point. Well, we are really excited to see what it will looks like when there will be more people into the game. It's going to be a hell of work of weeks that are coming, but hey, we uh, we signed for it. So it was the major announcement. Maybe we can start to answer the question. And if you have any more, don't hesitate to ask them into the chat. We're gonna ask them or answer them.
Yeah, if you have any question, feel free to ask them in the chat. I've seen that like that Dasville has already sent us his wallet with his Dark Zoji for the well launcher drop. So I think that will be nice. Okay, so yeah, like let's go through a few of the questions. Again, feel free to ask more if you have some. So SVF is asking like, is there a lore or a story of the AI agents in the game? Yes, there is some base of the story, and also it's something that's evolving, and we're doing it through on Twitter. There is like kind of we call it, I think, a tweet where you're the hero or something like that. So it's basically kind of a story where you kind of influence the choice of a character, and we want to kind of build a universe through this. And if you have some suggestions and things like that, or cool ideas for the lore and stuff, we could also make it evolve a bit. And yeah, I think that could be fun to build this with the community. And another question from Wolfman. So good question. So are you guys going to implement anything to prevent cheaters, to make sure players aren't taking advantage of exploits and running cheat programs in the background? So the way the game is structured, like on the server side, etc., it makes it difficult to cheat. So basically, there is no way to really cheat where people could like do modify the rules of the game in any way. But what can happen in many like in a lot of FPS games is like what the harder hacks to figure out are usually the aimbot and the wall hack, and there are some solutions for that. And so there are some commercial like like a cheat, and like there is like a easy anti-cheat. I mean, there's like quite a few of these that are on the market, and so that's something we've already looked into. And once we released, we'll add this also to the game to avoid mostly the aimbots, because that would be mostly the I think the most problematic. But also from the structure of the gains in the game, what we want to do is to have like rewards, but that are not too huge, and kind of things that sort of increase as you play. So maybe if you just start the game, you wouldn't get something that is too rewarding. So it's kind of a way to avoid cheating in some sense, because you kind of force people to go through a point where they have uh, played enough, and so if they get banned because they cheat, it will be a big cost for them because they kind of lose the progress. And that's also one of the strategies for that. But honestly, I think with the commercial like anti-cheat, we should be able to prevent most of the issues. And anyway, even if someone breaks it, it shouldn't break the economy, because maybe they would get a couple of loots, but nothing crazy. And another question from SBF: how did you come up with the manufacturer names? So
To
okay, I'll take the fall for this one. So we try to find something that is kind of fun, but like but still credible names, and that are related to the world, and like kind of the possible future of the world, and so yeah.
I mean, we just want to have something fun while with our world politics, humor.
Yeah,
Uh, it,
please, in any case, please don't if it happens, don't feel too offended by it. It's part of French culture, I think,
uh,
to do political bad taste jokes. So if there is a name that you feel like is a little bit, but it is what it is. But we kind of wanted also to create some possibilities for the lore, and I think it's it could be a fun things, and like kind of way
yeah,
to explore them.
maybe we are still a little bit contaminated by the world humor of Bezogia in some
Or
part. I think we still need more medication.
yeah, my brain is still broken from it. But yeah, I say that was a, a good question. So yeah, like another question, like now another question from SVF. Um, and what are the differences or percentage gain of the different levels of traits? So this is a good question. So like for instance, like yeah, for the weapons, they have like the damage, basic, average, etc. So what we are planning now is to have something that is at least close to be linear, maybe with a less slight increase for the last one for the perfect level. But like the goal of it is to have something that is as much as possible. We'll balance it maybe a little bit. So basically, the way it will work is that every weapon will have like kind of a level of damage, and it will be like a range, let's say between 10 points and like 15 points. And if you have a perfect damage, then it will be 15 for that weapon, and if it's the lowest like basic, it will be 10. And so we'll balance a bit. The reason why we gave them mostly names, I mean, there's a few reasons for like also the NFT platforms, but one of the reasons is to be able to still balance it a little bit after the fact without giving a number and changing it. But we want it to be kind of sort of linear, but it should advantage a lot the ones that have the highest. What we probably think, what we're thinking is like having like increments of 15% from 0 to 75, and for the between outstanding and perfect, it would be 25% change. Um, and yeah, and so question like a next question. So how many weapons have been designed and are ready to be implemented?
I didn't count them, but I think there is like 12 classic
Hmm.
and already four exclusive design for to be give as gift for the stickers
Hmm.
and promotional. But the number can we try to don't make them too many promotional for to don't delay the dilute the value and we try to keep each weapon with a really personal gameplay as much as possible. So probably the number will continue to grow as the game as the game become bigger and bigger. But yeah, if you have for that, if you have a personal point of view about the number of weapons, if you think there should be how many there should be, or if you have an idea around that, don't hesitate to share it
Yeah,
with
it'd
us
be interesting to
be,
get feedback for that.
because we try to keep it as balanced as possible. But we are
Yeah, I
point
think
to
the way we've seen, I mean, the way we kind of work for that, for what we've seen is the workflow of creating weapons is, is good. So if we need a lot, it's not really, it can go really fast. But yeah, we kind of want to have some that are like kind of unique and, of like like a kind of a growth that makes sense. Probably also what we want to do is to be able to add weapons also after the launch. I think that will be usually for a game. I think like things that are kind of content. Adding content is a good thing to do after like also after a launch of a game. So that's probably kind of one way to expand at that point. And so yeah, but I think there's like we have a good workflow for this, so the speed to create them is good. Um, and yeah, so like a question from SVF, but I see also A1 Alpha is also asking in the chat. So when will the next level of Alpha Pass be permitted to play the Alpha? So yeah, so we already just said it before, but yeah, it will be next Thursday at 2 p.m. UTC. And cool. I mean, I just saw that like we got some cool.
yeah, we start to have a request for the well launcher on Discord.
Mhm.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll just say like a question from Wolfman in the chat. Small amounts like 12 standards for special is a good way to start. Are you going to be to add any handheld weapons like knife, brass knuckles, etc.? Yes. So we've already
Yeah,
started.
depends on them.
Yeah, we already have some models. They'll probably evolve a bit. I mean, we still need a couple of steps on it, but and also the coding part of it is really advanced. So we're pretty close to have them in the game. And so yeah, that's a good question. But they will be a lot of fun, especially with the new game mode with like the
Uh,
with kind of like capturing the zone because like you cannot get really close with the enemy. So I think it will be fun at least to have the
yeah, I can't wait to be
to
a real music ninja.
yeah.
It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, and yeah, like also yeah, another question from Wolfman: will there be any extra utilities for VIP pass holders? Maybe an exclusive weapon drop, first access to skins, etc. That's a good question. I mean, I think we could definitely do that. Like link some things to the owner of the Alpha Pass.
For the Alpha Pass, we're gonna see. They're gonna stay like that for the moment to keep them as a trust of that you have, yeah, that you have them. So for sure, we're gonna use them.
Mhm.
And anyway, they are already given to the top staker of the leaderboard of the staking battle. And there is many other gifts that are coming for the people who are on the top of the staking battle.
Yes, yeah, yeah. We're like planning like new weapon drops. things that will be done with partnerships with other projects. And also we're like developing a way to make the loot boxes.
Yeah.
I think this will be a lot very exciting.
And there are gonna be after the alpha, there are gonna be the beta. So you're gonna receive other round of passes. So of course, everybody who have a VIP alpha pass will receive a beta VIP
Hmm.
pass. And we're gonna see after how we manage the beta, but it should be it should be like the alpha but bigger in general.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. And yeah, I mean, I think that concludes the questions we had on the Discord.
Yeah, so there was already a lot of things we have been going through. I just remember the four big announcement of this IMA, the future content tournament, the race in the maze that you're gonna have into the AI agent NFTs, the exclusive drop of or a gun, the well launcher for Bezos and Petzoji owners, and the future. Open of the alpha to everybody who get a pass. I think you have been waited for long, so next week probably it will be you will be able to play. We're
Mhm.
gonna of course
100%.
send you the details, and they're gonna have
Sure.
been tweet for all the organization. But as you can see, the project is going in a lot of directions, and everything in the is perpetually building. Everything we already dropped, like the AI agent at the beginning of the project, still receive improvement. So there gonna be a lot of surprise again, and you can expect to play. And
Hmm. Yeah.
so it was cool to pass this moment with you again. Don't hesitate to ask if you have any more question to do it on Discord and on Telegram. Of course, we're gonna be here and we're gonna continue to follow all these things. Stay connected to the Twitter account in the next days because all this announcement will be detailed and will be published in Medium article, and we're gonna take all this content one by one to give all the details. I wish
Mhm.
you a good evening for everybody who it's like us, where it's late, and for our fellow American, maybe a good morning, and see you
Yeah.
all very soon.
See you soon. Thank
Ciao.
you. Bye bye.